welcome to Half-Ass Gamers.
Welcome to Half-Ass Gaming, podcast about half-ass shit. Today we're talking about half-ass gaming. If you've tuned in before on Half-Ass Snacks, it's kind of like that, but video games and films. So welcome in. Hope you're all having a good week. Filming this one like a day early today, just because I might try to go touch grass tomorrow, as we say in the gaming community, and have like a small social life. If it happens, incredible. If it doesn't, then we've just recorded this early anyway, so
I feel that.
yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah. So, but it's been like another week. So probably start off with what we've been playing, what we've been up to, and then get into a bit of news, and then jump into some movie film news. Because thank you, Dog, for interrupting. Because we probably really want to talk about that. I don't know if you've seen it, but Last of Us came out on HBO. So we'll talk about that later in the podcast. But yeah, very exciting for Last of Us fans or any kind of video game adaptation, film lovers, you name it. Pretty good shit. So yeah, that's what we'll be talking about today. What have you been playing, Shawnee Sean?
My dude, I have been playing the Resident Evil games.
Oh, really?
And real talk, those games get real shit real fast. So I played the remake of 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I skipped 3 because I don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I played 4 or 5. I finished all of them in like a day or two, right?
Makes sense.
And then I finished 5, and I'm like, my God, this game sucked. All right, whatever. Time to play 6. I started playing number 6 and immediately turned it off and uninstalled it and was like, cool, move on to 7 now.
6 is like unplayable, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, 6 is the fucking dumbest game. I swear to God. So they added like multiple character stories in it, right? So you have Leon and some new chick. You have Chris Redfield and some new chick, and you have Sherry Birkin and this dude, I don't remember his name. And then you have like a campaign for Ada Wong. So there's technically like 4 campaigns that are supposed to be connected.
Okay.
Like they have little moments that overlap.
Yeah.
And they also have like different play styles. So you have Leon's, which is like traditional Resident Evil, and then you have Chris's, which is more like 5 and 6, more like 5, where it's a lot more action oriented. And then you have the new one, which was supposed to be a mix of the two, but ended up being like a stupid fucking movie where they're just like, hey, how can we do action things and action set pieces? And yes, this makes sense. And the game itself is just really stupid. Like, it feels so rushed, because in the first one, you have like a few different enemy types. They introduce you a bit better into everything. There's like more traditional zombies instead of the plugger from like 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
And you have like, being able to move and shoot, and like a better inventory system, and like all this cool shit, right? But the game itself, after Leon's, like even Leon's part's a bit rough. Like the writing and the story itself. Like the gameplay is great, and visually it still looks really good. Like it actually holds up all right. But the story itself is really weak, and out of the 3 or the 4 stories, that it's probably the best one, and it's still pretty weak, right? Then you have Chris's, which is like super action orientated. Like it's basically just gunfight after gunfight after gunfight,
Yeah.
And it's shit. Like,
not good. So
like Resident Evil 5. This is number 6 that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then you have number 5, which number 5 is like, again, like action oriented, but it's the first one that had co-op, right?
Yeah.
So Chris's campaign in number 6 is kind of similar to 5 in the sense of like it's still co-op and it's still action heavy and like again a lot of gunfights, a lot of random things. And there's just like because they decided to make Chris in 5 like a steroid using giant gorilla man who
Yeah.
can like punch a fucking boulder to move it, like dumb shit like that. They kind of had to keep that up in 6. So
I was gonna say 6 had like some pretty cool cutscenes for its time and like set pieces
Yeah.
and like over the top like just weird shit.
yeah, like generally
Like
it-
way
it
more of an
still
action
had-
game than horror game.
yeah, like Leon's was the more horror side, and even that it stopped being horror pretty quick. Chris's campaign is like 100% not horror; it's just action.
Yeah.
You see a couple of things that are a little bit like, oh, you know, they could have used that, but they didn't, and it's like it's fair. That's what Resident Evil 5 was. That's the last time we saw Chris Redfield. It's an action game. That's fine.
Yeah.
But the last dude's campaign is hands down the worst shit in the fucking world, right?
Mm.
You fight the same bad guy as every boss fight. He has 9 boss fights or some shit like that. And it's the same guy. You have like a running around shooting him in the head and blowing him up with like barrels that are around. Then you have like a gun fight in like a helicopter turret section. Then you have like there's just so much, and it's the same boss throughout. Like it's just so lazy, and the story is so stupid. And to try to make it fit with like Leon and Chris's story, there's like one part where they get kidnapped and are just held hostage for like I don't know, a year or some shit. Like it doesn't make sense. There's
feel
just
like
this
they just
huge
went
gap.
Over the top with it all, closing it out.
Dude, it's so bad. And then
Are you excited for the Resident Evil 4 remake though?
no, because they've removed a few parts of the game itself and changed
Oh,
some
really?
stuff. So yeah,
That's kind of shit.
I'll go into that after this. I just need to finish my rant real quick, right?
Yeah. No, you go.
So I kept playing 6 for like I've already played it before. I played it twice before,
Mhm.
and I got to like 3 missions in of the new dude, like just trying to replay it this time, right? This is
Yeah.
all I've done. I've done 3 missions of the new guy. Got up to the helicopter turret section. After that, you have to go through some like mountainside trying to find USB sticks in the snow. It's really
Yeah.
stupid. And I'm like, cool, I'm going to stop playing here. I'll go play Leon's. All right. Maybe it'll be a bit better. I play Leon's story. I do 2-3 missions maybe and just uninstall the game and
Yeah.
just move on to Resident Evil 7. And playing Resident Evil 7, I'm like, damn, this is a lot more of a horror game, like more modern style horror game. And I dig it. It's great. But it's just sad, man. But
Like
to go
one
on
of those-
to Resident Evil 4, the remake that they're doing at the moment, or that's coming out soon, the only real problem I have with it is they've removed the entire last part of the game
Yeah.
because it's a very forgettable part. And I understand that, but when you're remaking a game, you should remake the game. Like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be changing the story post. How you doing? So it's like kind of stupid, you know? And the other thing was apparently they changed some of the story when you're in the castle, and so like visually I'm sure it'll look great and maybe I'll get it or play it in some capacity, but yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I remember playing Resident Evil 5. I don't think I ever played number 6. I didn't mind number 5. It was kind of like that one where it was like, eh. But like after that, like you could see it changing, and then I came back for Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil Biohazard.
Yeah.
And I loved Biohazard, but I actually don't remember. I was just like having a little quick look through like Resident Evil 6 gameplay and stuff, and I remember parts of it because I think I played it at a friend's house or like potentially maybe picked it up, but it looks pretty forgettable to me. It just seems so more action orientated. Where Resident Evil 5, I remember some parts of it they were very similar, but they were just turning into that less scary, just shooting zombies, gunning down, like.
Because I mean that was kind of what 4 was. 4 was a lot more action compared to
Yeah.
horror, but there was still enough horror being like a new thing and how they've revealed all the creatures and shit.
Yeah.
That it worked well. But with 5, like they tried to do that a little bit, but they just didn't actually do
Do
it.
it.
So it wasn't horror; it just felt like an action game. And then 6 is just no, they jumped the shark way too hard. So 7's kind of a nice like
7 was
return to
good.
being a horror game.
Yeah, I liked 7.
Yeah,
I enjoyed 7 quite a lot.
Yeah, like
And then the
I've only
VR
played-
version of that, holy.
So the very first time I ever played it was in VR at a friend's place when I was living in Sydney for a little bit.
Yeah.
I shit myself so fucking hard. I think I played for like 40 minutes and then I'm just like, I'm done. I can't play this anymore. I'm going to have a heart attack.
I was like some of the scariest game, like probably one of the scariest games I've ever played in my life, hands down. Like really, really scary. I was like not prepared for any of it.
No.
Good game though, fucking really good game. But
Yeah, man.
holy shit, that game scared the shit out of me. Those
Yeah.
guys are fucking psychos.
Yeah. No, it's again, it's a strong like return to being horror, and fuck me if it isn't. Like, dude, everything in that game creates so much atmosphere until obviously you hit a certain point. But like, I'm
Yeah.
only an hour in, and even now I'm like terrified walking around the hallways. Like, it's so dark, but it's enough detail that you can just make out things, or like the atmosphere and the sound and everything. There's so much at play that just makes you feel on edge all the time, and
Yeah.
it's great.
Fuck, my mic literally picks up everything. I see it. Like every time I move, I need to listen to like the audio. It's crazy. I need to fix this shit. I need to fix this sucker, bro.
I can help you with that if you want. But,
Yeah, I've got settings and stuff for it, but it just picks up like everything.
yeah,
So,
too sensitive. I mean, mine does too. It's fucking someone can sneeze down the other side of the house, and
it even picks it up.
yeah, a bit clearer than I am too.
So, Resident Evil. What got you on playing Resident Evil? Just
So I
cheap?
was
You found
watching-
it cheap, or just
I
wanting
mean,
to play Resident Evil? Oh,
I
you've
own
owned
all of
them.
them except 7 and 8. I bought 7
Well, I
like
have.
yesterday for $14. So.
Where is it? Because this annoys me. Because I need to play it. I have Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Yeah.
And I have played it for 45 minutes. And I think I got the like big DLC one that comes with all the cool shit. I heard that was like a really good remake, like the better one to play. Yeah. Last played Feb 19th, 2022. I played it for 45 minutes, probably when I bought it. So I definitely need to like install that and probably play it.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I find with those games it's so hard. Like even with Spider-Man, I just feel like I lack the time to commit to playing like a full game like that.
Yeah, it can be a bit because like my brother Nick owns that as well, like same one, the 2 remake, and I played it. I finished it. I remember playing it in like when I was in primary school or some shit, like at a friend's
Good
place,
game.
and that's the only reason why I'm like, I have to play this. It's good. I have to play it, and he, I think, has maybe an hour.
Yeah.
An hour to play, and then you just turned it off and stopped playing. And it wasn't like he didn't want to, it was just that thing of there was always something else to do or something else to play or whatever, so he just never, I think, got around to actually playing it and finishing it. So
If someone just sponsors the podcast, we can sit here and play video games every single day, and then I can play it and we can do proper reviews. Like, sick,
yeah, man.
That's how it works, isn't it?
I just want to say really quick, Master Foods, if you want to sponsor us, I already use half your products as is. I'm happy to use the other half too. So please, Master Foods, sponsor us.
I use all your products. I don't even know what that is, like sauces.
It's like sauces and
Yes.
spices.
Yeah. I use them all. I know Master Foods. I love Master Foods. Yeah, I need to play Resident Evil 2. I've heard like great things about it, and it's one I wanted to play. I just haven't got around to doing it. So
Yeah, no, that's fair, man. Like it is kind of a dedicated playtime kind of game.
yeah,
Like this pretty much
it's like everything in video games.
yes and no, because there's like a handful of games that really are casual enough that you can actually just pick it up and play when you want.
Yeah,
There are some games that you can like force it to be that. Yawn. Jesus. And then there are other games that are like you really do have to dedicate it. It's not like you can just do one story mission and call it a day. Like it's a sit down and do at least a couple hours per thing, and not everyone has that.
Yeah, like we discussed last week with it. Like sometimes you just gotta, like with Sea of Thieves and stuff, you just need to be able to invest a huge amount of time. So,
No.
but yeah. Good old Resident Evil. What a great franchise, man. What a great franchise. That's been going on for way too long in films, everything.
Dude,
I love the films.
I fucking hate them so much.
Are you kidding me? One of my favorite films of all time is...
Dude, I used to love the second one. I don't remember what it's called.
One of my favorite films of all time is
Apocalypse?
No.
Yeah, Apocalypse. Resident Evil Apocalypse is my favorite one for a long time. And then I watched them again probably 6 or 7 years ago after actually playing all the Resident Evil games and being such a big fan. And then watching this and be like, what the fuck is this? This is just so cooked. They literally copied shot for shot a Wesker fight from Resident Evil 5 in one of the movies. But somehow it's like way worse. It's so bad.
Figure out if it's this one. There's one that I absolutely love. It's so good. But
what happens in it?
It's the one where they're in the prison.
I think that's the one that has the shot for shot remake of the. I think that's like Resident Evil 3 or 4.
It's a bit later in them all.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4?
It's the one where she has the shotgun that shoots coins.
Yeah.
That's Resident
blows
Evil
his head
4.
up in the showers and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's the one that has the shot for shot remake of the Wesker fight from Resident Evil 5, the game, and it's somehow way worse.
Really?
Yeah. No shit.
Nah. This one was good. Where she they catch the plane and shit like that.
Yeah. Hang
So
on.
good.
Resident Evil 4 movie.
I have to watch that tonight. That is a fucking great film. I thought it was Afterlife. That is an incredible film, eh?
Yeah, it's on here. I'll send it to you.
It's easy.
But it's I'll put it in the chat actually in here, and it's no shit like a shot remake.
Pop
It's
this in the chat
as they
here.
could, and it's somehow.
While I'm watching your one, you watch the one I sent.
All right. Oh yeah, I love that. Just
Very scary.
Nemesis
Very scary.
with fucking Thomas. Hang on. There was one I saw that someone changed the music for Nemesis to Nemesis? No, Mr. X to be X Gonna Give It To You, but DMX. So anytime he'd appear, it would just play that.
Yeah, how did they make that worse, man?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how they managed to take something, do it shot for shot as close as they could, or at least basically copy it beat for beat. Like, and it's somehow shit. Like, it's so boring. There's no stakes. It doesn't feel like, it's just kind of sad. But, that's what people want, man. That's what people get.
Exactly. What a great film, though. What a fucking great film. That is a 10 out of 10 film. He grabs a plane, bro, on top of a building. That is Resident Evil to the T. You know?
Fucking stupid. I just want to say, like, if people want to enjoy those movies, don't let me take away from it. You'll enjoy it. It's your preference. I think those movies are fucking stupid.
But that's why they're good, bro. Nothing beats just a stupid film sometimes to watch.
That's the thing. There's movies that are good because they're bad, and then there are movies that are just bad.
Yeah. True. So
that's what I'm saying. But it's subjective, man. Like my taste is entirely different to yours.
That is true, because the Resident Evil films are fucking great, and you get to see her titties, man. It's probably the first time I ever saw her titties. Are they good titties? No, but I got to see her titties, bro. Fuck yeah. Like, I probably remember like little Nick just getting G'd up, coming home from like Blockbuster, chucking that shit in, seeing some zombies, getting a little bit scared, and then seeing titties as well, and just being like, "Fuck me, could life get any better?" And letting you know, definitely cannot get better than that. It's just downhill from there, boys. So, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Have you been playing anything else, or is that about it?
Yeah, outside of that, just the typical. Been playing a lot of Red Dead, and tried to play Destiny and Warframe. I just can't.
Yeah,
that's why. Yeah, I just wanted to try something that was like single player, and then I kind of just fell down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
and it also happened because I was watching this video on YouTube. This guy was explaining like lefty or the lack of left-handedness when it comes to video games.
Yeah,
because back in the day they just like flip the sprites or flip the models or whatever, so guns would just not make sense. Mm-hmm. And then he was showing like scenes from Resident Evil 5 and 6 where they're showing like ambidextrous, or the fact that like so Sheva in Resident Evil 5 is left-handed, but a lot of the weapons are made for righties, so it's the animations, they actually spent the time to make it so it makes sense for like a lefty using the guns.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it was cool. And that just put the idea of playing Resident Evil in my head, because I'm like, damn, I haven't played Resident Evil in like years. And I had not played Resident Evil 5 on PC. But I just want to say also, big respect and big props, because those games came out mid-2000s, I want to say, maybe 2010s. And they still, to this day, support 140 frames unlocked. That's sick. Like, because fucking Elden Ring doesn't. Elden Ring's capped at 60 frames.
Classic. You gotta love that.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you go back and look at like old school games and like how much they actually like support stuff. And you're like, did we do something wrong here? So
no. Well, that's what I was saying as well with I think Saints Row at one point I was talking about.
Yeah. We had a chat about that.
Yeah, like Saints Row 3 still scales up to 4K and can run at like 140 frames as well.
Yeah.
And that game came out again like early 2000s, I want to say. Or mid 2000s or late 2000s. I don't remember when, but it came out a while ago and it still supports everything now. And that's why I was like, don't buy the remaster, just buy the original
and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. But what about you? What you been doing? What you been playing?
Well, I've been working a bit, so kind of the usual. I recently jumped back into Rust. Just doing like bed wars with that with my brother. I fucking love Rust. If you guys don't know, I have way too many hours on that game on PC. It's like the one game I have just played the absolute shit out of. So yeah, kind of nice with that one. Just playing them more casually, doing bed wars, like gun games, that type of stuff. Just makes it a little easier to jump in and out. Then I was playing Valorant with some family. I played Deceit. Do you know the game Deceit?
Sounds familiar, maybe, but no, I don't own it, but I think I might have seen it.
So Deceit's like a free-to-play, like kind of just... What is it? How do you explain it? Let's go to the store page. How do they explain this? Test your instincts and trust and deception in an action-thrilled multiplayer first-person shooter. You wake up in an unknown surroundings to the sound of the game master's unfamiliar voice. Surrounded by 5 others, a third of your group have been infected with a virus, but who will escape? Just like kind of like a funny, like little Among Us type thing. It's free to play. We just do it on like family games nights. Super, super basic. A lot of fun. The other one that I want to play was First Class Trouble that we talked about last episode. That's still free at the moment. I've downloaded that. I just haven't played it. And then, really just pretty much that. I downloaded Game Deck from Epic Games that was free. Nice. And I want to play that. That kind of looks cool. I love like a cyberpunky game. But this week's been pretty chill. Bit of Valorant, bit of Rust, and then a bit of Deceit. Haven't really touched the Spider-Mans yet. We should probably like name a segment of the podcast. Has Nick finished the Spider-Mans yet? And probably be going into next year, and I'll finally finish The Amazing Spider-Man and Miles Morales, because we've been doing this podcast for over a month now.
We've been doing it for a month
over
and
a
a
month,
half.
yeah. And I have not finished it yet, so we will get there, gang. We will get there. I promise you that. Yeah, I'm just at the moment a little with work and stuff, just been chilling. Also with Rust, I just want to say, huge shout out to the Rust community. Why I jump back into Rust is I've been watching a little bit on live streaming. H June did his Trust for Rust. That was like pretty much like a Bed Wars. It was really cool. Had a huge amount of viewership, but they raised over 30,000 plus. I'm pretty sure it's called You Are Rad. The organization that's Rise Above the Disorder. That is, for like mental health. Really, really cool organization. In his stream, it talked about how it got set up. And it came out of like a World of Warcraft guild. But it was huge. Like I think their viewership was over 170,000 with like Twitch drops and stuff like that. If you enjoy Rust, they're still doing Twitch drops at the moment for some skins. But yeah, that was great. Really good event. So that's my weekend video games. Pretty chill. Not a lot going on.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, it was like you've played Rust with me before. You know how I kind of am with Rust, so I'm just glad I got to play a little bit of that.
Fuck, so
I'm not toxic as fuck. Okay,
I'm actually joking. He's not. He's really not.
You're actually be toxic as fuck, and I've done it before.
Yeah, but that's also just Rust.
It is Rust. But I hate saying this, I'm a fucking freak at that video game. Yeah. So, I was enjoying it. It was pretty good. The Bed Wars and stuff's always good fun. Bed Wars you'd kind of enjoy. And it's kind of cool. I feel like more games need to do shit like that. Like, Rust is normally, if you play like a wipe, it can take like a couple of days. You can be doing the classic like sleep with your headphones on. Where Bed Wars, like you get half an hour to build a base, you have a raiding period. There's different ways of doing it, and it's just a bit of a quicker experience. It's a lot of fun. They just make it easier, so you farm higher resources, can build bases quicker, and then you can compact it into like a 2-hour sit down game experience. It's kind of fun. So
nice.
Yeah. But
that's good, man.
That's my boring week of gaming.
Yeah. You touched any hunt of late?
Actually, no. I think I loaded it up once. And another one that I re-downloaded that's really cool, because I just realized it has a free battle pass or whatever, and my cousin's just got a PC and I want to play with him, is Blood Hunt. Nice. So that's running like a free battle pass or something. So I re-downloaded that. So I'll probably be playing that a little bit. Jump in with him, play that a bit. He's been enjoying it. So, but it was kind of wild that they have like a free battle pass. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Kind of cool. So,
that's like one of the only games I've heard of that does a free one.
It's kind of cool. And that game, I enjoyed that game. That game was good. That game was very good. So,
it was pretty fun.
Yeah. I don't know if they've upgraded too much. I'll have to check. They brought out like a new archetype and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. But may even jump into that tonight. We'll see. We will see. So, yeah.
That's good, my dude. That's good.
Now into our next favorite segment. Do you want me to intro this one or do you want to intro it?
Please
intro it. It's time for Games for News. Da 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 da. Play cool music. Gaming news. Woo! Let's get hyped. Sheesh.
Shit.
Has there been much going on in gaming news? Hello.
There's been some small things.
It's just the usual shit, bro, isn't it, in gaming news?
Well, I know Stadia is now officially done.
Dead? Yeah, we
I mean, we knew it was shutting down, but I think it was as of today or yesterday.
Yeah.
That it's like done. And apparently a lot of games have already ceased being able to actually be used at all on Stadia. I don't know anyone that owns a Stadia. I don't know anyone that plays on Stadia. But hey, if someone out there has, make sure you quickly go transfer all your shit ASAP because it'll be gone.
It's gonna disappear.
I know Awesome Games Done Quick was last week,
Mhm.
and they apparently set a new world record. Or they set multiple, new world records during the marathon.
Yeah,
And they also raised $2.6 million for Prevent Cancer Foundation.
That's sick.
Cancer Foundation, sorry.
That's sick.
Other than that, I think there's like a few games that got announced.
Couple of little bits in here and there. I think the biggest thing that we're getting worked up for is a couple of big releases coming in. Will pretty much be next week when we do the episode. They'll come out on the Friday. So, like, I think Dead Space is releasing on the 27th. I'm pretty sure that Hogwarts Legacy is the exact same day. Just double check that. No, 10th of Feb, actually, just afterwards. So 2 weeks after. Because those have been kind of trending. Dead Space is definitely trending. I think actually the other one was Atomic Heart.
Yes.
Was
coming out
same day. Yeah, Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart. There you go.
And I think there's more.
21st of Feb. How am I getting this completely wrong?
There you go.
I swear these were like way closer.
More details of Wolong Fallen Dynasty came out as well.
Yeah. It's classic. Like Hogwarts is still trending, telling you to boycott the game. It's like fair. Like, I don't know. It's one of those ones where it's like that's such a hard one at the moment. It's like, yeah, like that's always going to be trending on Twitter. You'll see that like a million places everywhere. Running it down.
D&D?
No, this is Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, Hogwarts, yeah.
But I don't know. I just kind of want to see that game. Like, I want to just wait for it to come out and see reviews and actually hear if it's like good. I feel like it just doesn't seem like it will be. I don't know.
I think that there is still too many people out there that don't want to let go of their childhood, and because of that, they don't want to let go of Hogwarts. So there's always going to be a diehard fan base.
Yeah.
Even with, again, all the shit that J.K. Rowling does and how she is and everything.
Yeah.
But, again, you can't death of the author something when you're quite literally giving them money.
Yeah.
If you don't know what death of the author is the idea that the IP or the materials created by that author have now ascended just the author and now become their own thing. A great example is all of H.P. Lovecraft's work, where everyone, again, death of the author, they've separated it from the man himself, sorry. So all of the incredibly racist and homophobic and all kinds of shit that he did is separated from the ideas and creations. But you can't do that with someone when you are still actively supporting said person.
Yeah.
Because that's just, no. But look, visually, it looks kind of cool. The game could be all right.
Yeah, it's all right, man. I just kind of want to see it out in the wild and hear how it goes. Like, they've done a really good job at marketing it, and I'm like, fuck yeah. But I just don't know. I just feel like it's such a big leap and from that company. I just don't see it being as good. But that's just me being skeptical. Other things that we've done is Ubisoft re-rolling with a Skull and Bones. They've been doing I think they call it the deck. 4 days ago, they dropped a gameplay dev stream. That was kind of cool. So just keeping that going. Ubisoft has always been good with that type of stuff, and I really appreciate them for doing that. It was something that Cyberpunk did pretty well, and I hope that more dev companies do it, is just releasing your 15, 20-minute video of just a couple of devs talking about the game, showing off certain aspects, just to see proper gameplay and have a walk down of it. One company that did it really, really well, but then also kind of fucked up their game was Anthem. they were really
Yeah.
good with Devster streams.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were really good at hiding content at well and just showing good content, so it kind of it defeats the purpose. But I'd love to see something like that with Hogwarts Legacy. They've been doing little bits of trailers here or there, but yeah, the Skull and Bones one's like half an hour. You get to see a lot. Yeah, I kind of enjoy that. We had Black Desert Online go to mobile. They're finally doing that. Yeah, like you said, Wulong Fallen Dynasties finally getting a final preview because that's coming out, and then just a bunch of different trailers. I think for you, the biggest excitement would be the official environment trailer for Destiny. I haven't watched it yet, but that came out.
Yeah, it came out, I think,
This
earlier
morning,
today or
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I checked that out. That was honestly pretty sick, and like it looks good. Probably won't be getting it at launch.
So is it like cyberpunky? Like I said, is it like a cyberpunky video, like city and stuff, or okay? I'll have to watch
very, very much. Like it looks cool. Don't get me wrong,
but
it just looks very empty.
Yeah, okay.
Which is an unfortunately very common problem when it comes to open world.
Yeah, even
when you've designed like 9 or 10 different open world maps, eventually they're gonna start kind of lacking the like vibrancy in life. But in saying that, it looks cool. So yeah,
it's one of the hardest things is like trying to make like you can say we've got like this massive open world, but then trying to make it like a real world. And that was one thing. Like I remember talking earlier on the podcast, I was playing Gotham Knights, and that was a really fun game. But one thing that they said was like the world just felt very empty and dead compared to like Arkham Knight and stuff like that. And I could definitely see that play in it. Really cool world, massive open world, you'd think, but yeah, it didn't feel like an alive world. So it's like a massive thing in these games, making sure that, when you do open world, making it an alive open world.
Yes,
so,
very true.
But yeah, like not a huge amount that I've seen. I've been trying to keep an eye on any gaming news, and there hasn't been a massive amount. I know there's been a little bit more information about Assassin's Creed, just talking about that it is a smaller map and they're on track with that one. But apart from that, it's kind of been... Actually, I wanted to talk to you about this because I don't know if you... EB Games, where is it? A game came out. I wanted to know if you were interested in playing it. Also, talking about, this is kind of game news, but going into Pokemon, Scarlet and Violet Pokemon cards have been released.
Oh, sick.
Or getting like released. They're on pre-order. So there's a new set of Pokemon cards coming out.
Speaking of, apparently, Last of Us PC, March 2nd.
Are they delaying it?
Website called... Yeah, it's coming out March 2nd. But apparently it's currently discounted on a website called Fanatical.
Okay.
Where you can just buy the key online. It's currently discounted. There's apparently a code. Go to GameSpot, or I think, the code is Survivor.
Okay.
So if you want to pick up Last of Us, you've never played it, you have a PC, you want to give it a try, go grab it from there. It's a great game. It's well worth, especially with the series now out. It's well worth giving a little visit, you know?
The game that I was going to talk about that just came out, if I can bloody find it. Why do they make these so hard? One Piece.
Oh.
One Piece Odyssey came out. When did that come out? Because I don't know if you've ever watched like One Piece.
Piece Odyssey.
12th of January came out. Because I've heard pretty decent things about it. I think it's doing okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard like negative things. Like Steam, it's sitting at a 9 out of 10. And Metacritic's like a 75. Like, yeah, like kind of cool. Kind of looks like a cool game. Like if I watched One Piece and knew One Piece, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'd play this. Kind of looks sick.
I watched a little bit of One Piece back when I was in, I think, high school.
Yeah.
But I didn't really get into it because at the time I wasn't really into much anime in general. But
yeah,
One Piece definitely kind of But this looks kind of cool, honestly.
Yeah, it's got like really good reviews. I haven't really watched too much on it, but kind of looks cool.
So it's turn-based, so it's kind of like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, or like Dragon Quest gives me that kind of Dragon Quest vibe. Yeah, so they're saying a brand new RPG set in the world of the popular anime One Piece. Players members of the Straw Hat Crew in a fantastic adventure set in the One Piece world. Kind of looks cool.
World, JRPG, turn-based. Yeah, like visually, it looks great.
Looks like it's ticking a lot of boxes for people, sitting like very positive. So, yeah, that came out like 12th of Jan. Didn't even really like just skipped by me. Like, but yeah, had someone ask if I had picked it up and played it, and I was like, no, I hadn't actually. But yeah, it seems like it's doing pretty well. So if you guys are into those types of games or you enjoy that type of stuff, we'd love to hear your thoughts on it as well. But yeah, kind of cool. So
yeah, I dig it. I think it's pretty cool. Cool. Just before we end on game news, I also want to touch on the D&D updates.
Yeah. You've been posting stuff. I have not kept up to date on any of that. Not know what's going on.
D&D's the company Wizards of the Coast, owned also by Hasbro, is under fire for changing the OGL. The way that it was phrased, to a lot of people, read as, including myself when I first read it, read as any homebrew content would be owned by Wizards of the Coast. After the backlash, they've been slowly backtracking and trying to fix it, while not fixing it, but still fixing it. Apparently, they're being aggressively boycotted in a lot of ways. A lot of people have canceled their D&D Beyond memberships because that's just like, honestly, just easy money for them.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been switching to other games or trying not to stream it, or, and everyone has points on it. A few videos that are great to touch on. I mean, the biggest one would be Legal Eagles video.
Mm-hmm. That's
covers
one
pretty much the whole thing.
Of times, wasn't it? The guys linked.
No, my brother linked it, and Stu linked it, and it's great. He goes into great detail. It's easy to follow. If you're interested in understanding what's going on, he covers it pretty well. But yes, so apparently these guys are trying to fix it as best as they can, and it seems to be going in the right direction from what we can see. But yeah, biggest thing is we just don't like people having control over, basically having a monopoly over the system, saying, hey, no matter what you do, no matter what you make, it's ours.
Yeah.
And if they decided to just say, oh, cool, we're not going to support this anymore, and flip the button and try to force everyone to move over to something new, they would be able to do that. And that's another big problem. There's a whole lot of things that go into it where it's basically they wanted to have control over the community, and they tried to do so, and it backfired in their face. So yeah,
we like that. We like
nice
it.
Little thing.
We like it when it backfires in their faces and people go, hey, do you know what? Fuck you. We ain't going to deal with this shit. We actually really like that.
I do, especially when it's larger companies that have, in the past, fucked over the other things that they've bought out. For example, Wizards has fucked over Magic the Gathering pretty hard.
Yeah.
And they've fucked over a few other things that they've decided to buy out and own.
It's just stupid, man. Like, come on.
It's just such a fucking on-brand maneuver for them.
Yeah.
Because they fucked over Magic the Gathering, they fucked over a few other things, and like it's really bad. So it's nice when at least something, hits them back in the face and they've tried to fix this shit. But yeah, other than that, I think that's it for game news, unless there's anything else.
No, I think that's it, man.
Cool.
That's it.
Why don't we move over to movies and TV shows? So
I love this segment because I'm watching a bit more stuff, so it's kind of good. Like, I'm trying to watch more films and get more stuff done.
So before we get into talking about what we've watched,
I
want to touch on a couple of news points to start.
Hit us with it.
So Avatar 2 is still at the top of the box office. This is I think, going into the 6th week of release.
I don't know what this motherfucker's doing. James Cameron,
This
you're
movie,
fucking...
it's literally been in the theaters for 6 weeks now, and will probably continue to stay there for as long as they can.
How do they manage that?
Like, I've never heard of a movie stay there for almost 2 full months.
It's
Don't get me wrong.
crazy.
I know that like Endgame had multiple releases, and Endgame lasted a while in the theaters.
Yeah,
But I swear to God, this is ridiculous, man.
yeah, it's doing very well, but it's one of those ones. The thing is, there's not a lot out there that kind of like makes it seem like a bit of a cop out. Like if you look at like Hoyts now and you go, "What the fuck can I watch?" Like they're like, unless like I think Babylon's now just come out, even though I swear that was already out. I swear that was like out. I've seen everyone going that there's been like a release for it. Like people were doing like premieres and stuff, but I'm like, hasn't that been out for like a fucking week or like over a week?
I think so.
But yeah, let's go Hoyts quickly. Let's talk about the films that are in it before we talk shitting on. Because I love shitting on James Cameron.
Well, while you do that quickly, apparently a Rainbow Six movie has been confirmed.
Yeah, I heard that.
It will be directed by the same dude who directs John Wick, which is Chad Stahelski, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. It's a difficult name for me to pronounce, but I think that's right. So that's pretty cool. I look forward to that. Rainbow Six, starring fucking Michael B. Jordan. I can dig it. And Scream 6 also being...
I did not see the Scream.
Yeah, apparently a trailer, I think, came up today.
Really?
So they're trying to give a release date. Release date looks like it is March 10th.
Yeah, okay.
So coming out soon. That sounds pretty stupid, but I can dig it. I mean, looking at some of the like screenshots and a little bit of the teaser, it looks pretty decent, honestly. Like, I'd probably watch it. Maybe not at theaters, but I'll watch it.
So it did just come out today. How did I think this film had come out like earlier? So yeah, Avatar: The Way of Water is still in cinemas. It's Babylon, isn't it? How do you say it? Babylon,
Yeah,
Babylon. I don't fucking know.
Babylon, yeah.
Actually comes out tomorrow because they're doing the See It First Wednesday, January 18th release, but comes out. We always in Australia, our movies launch on like Thursday officially.
Yeah.
So it actually comes out tomorrow. I swear when I checked the other day to watch Operation Fortune that there was screenings of Babylon. I swear it's been out for like a week, 2 weeks. I get so confused with film at the moment and how they do it because like
I
films release and then they're gone, or like releases in the US like 6 months before it comes out here. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? But no.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Babylon's already out in the US and has been for like a month now.
Officially comes out tomorrow. Then you have Operation Fortune that I said, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. That is fucking. I need to go see that. And then A Man Called Otto. That is literally. It. There's 5.
No, I'm doing podcast. Sorry.
There's 5 films in the cinemas at the moment.
Damn.
5. Avatar, Babylon, Operation Fortune, Puss in Boots, named A Man Called Otto. Like, no wonder they're keeping it in. Like, there's been barely anything going on, like, in our cinemas. Like, no wonder they're trying to drag it out. But, yeah, he broke 1.9 billion. He's sitting at number 7 spot. Probably going to take out Spider-Man No Way Home. Don't know if it's going to take out number 5 spot. It'll be interesting to see if it makes it over to 2 billion. And probably needs to be in the cinemas for another 3 weeks to do that. But hey, fuck it, they'll do it. It's James Cameron, so But yeah, can't believe the bloody Rainbow Six film. Like, anytime you see Rainbow Six, you're like, do you think Rainbow Six Siege, or are we thinking like old school Rainbow Six? Like,
that's where I'm not sure.
Oh, it's gonna be so hard.
Old school, it could be Vegas.
Yeah, like
Siege,
Rainbow Six Vegas was like fucking incredible. So
I do love Vegas, and I do love Siege.
Siege is good.
So it's that, like, it could be, especially done by dudes that do John Wick. Siege wouldn't not make sense, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it would make a lot of sense too. But also Vegas would as well, or any of the older ones, honestly.
I should go to the movies tomorrow, man. It's Celebrate National Popcorn Day. Get a free small popcorn January 19th.
Nice.
Might have to go see Avatar tomorrow and get a free popcorn.
Honestly, I'd prefer to go see Operation Fortune.
I've seen it. It's good.
Nice. Yeah,
It's
I haven't
good.
seen it yet. So.
It's good. I actually want to go see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Should probably go see that.
I mean,
Get my
if you
free
want, I'll go
popcorn
with
and
you. We'll go do
goes-
that. Free popcorn.
Yeah, free popcorn. Free popcorn. Cinema day.
Do a double feature. I'll go before you. I'll go watch Operation Fortune, and then we'll go watch Puss in Boots after.
Keep getting free popcorn.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So kind of surprised that they released that. I just don't know with the whole Rainbow Six. Like, it could be really cool. It could be pretty average. So I'll keep my excitement at a low for that one. So, but yeah, the cat in the room. We're all here to talk about it. Last of Us. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen the first episode.
So I am watching it tomorrow with my fam
Mhm.
because everyone will be here. Because unfortunately, yesterday when we were gonna watch it, it was like my brother wasn't here, and then today my brother's not coming back till later because he's, working a bit later.
Working, yeah.
So tomorrow he's got the day off. I'm home. We're gonna try to sit down and get through it.
So we can't talk about it then. No talkies about it.
I don't mind. I know the whole game. I know the story already. I just don't know, obviously, how the experience is on TV.
I wouldn't say any spoilers or anything like that. Plus, like, I haven't played the game in forever, but all I can say is really, really good. Quite impressed with it.
Yeah.
Definitely seems like, from what I know, because I have watched a walkthrough of the game, but I haven't for like ages. It does seem like it follows it really, really well. Yeah, it seems good. Little annoying that they're just doing like an episode per week. Also completely understand because it's HBO's like best ever show that's come out on the streaming service, isn't it? Something like that.
Yes.
So it just makes sense. Like, if they do it weekly, anyone that gets a 7-day weekly trial from HBO will probably be staying on to watch the second episode. So good on them. I wish we could have done something like Arcane, or what a lot of studios are doing, where they release maybe like 2 episodes and then like another 2 episodes, or like a few episodes and then a few episodes. I really like that format. I just enjoy watching my TV shows like that. Weekly, I just drop out way too easily. Like, a good example was I was really enjoying Chainsaw Man. That was doing weekly on Crunchyroll, and I have a subscription. I've always paid for it. And I think I got up to episode 5 or 6 or something. I can't remember. I've dropped off. Like, I'm now behind, and I need to catch up. But I'll probably sit down and binge those episodes once they're out. Yeah, I don't know. I find it just hard sometimes to follow episodes weekly. So it would have been, like I said, would have been cool to do like 2 or 3 and then wait a little bit and then 2 or 3. Yeah, I really enjoyed that with Arcane. It gives you a little bit more to get hooked on instead of just the 1 episode. But no, it was cool. It was super enjoyable. I watched it with my mum. She didn't know any of The Last of Us, and she really enjoyed it. So keen to see what they continue with that. I feel like they've definitely got a winner there, as you see with the reviews. What fans have been thinking. Everyone's all about it. Everyone's loving it. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. Like, everyone I know that's seen it has given it just glowing reviews. It is really good looking as far as the show. It looks great. Everyone fits perfect. Like, they found the perfect cast, in my opinion, as far as visuals. Everyone looks spot on to their character, everything environmental and special effects wise. Like, they've done so many practical effects for it. It looks great. It really does. And I do look forward to watching it tomorrow.
Well,
but I'll have to wait until next week to give my review. You know?
yeah, with Chernobyl, because like it's the same director from Chernobyl, so at least same showrunner, and that was incredible. I feel like that cinematically was really, really good. So I have really like I know where these guys can go with this film, and with that bit more creative freedom and like having like a post-apocalyptic world where Chernobyl had to be grounded in reality. I'm keen to see, like, it's probably going to be really stunning coming up. And if you know The Last of Us as well, you know that there is some definite set pieces throughout that game that I'm really excited to see how translate onto film. So, yeah, I'd say I'd give it like a solid 10 out of 10. Yeah. Very, very good foundation.
Awesome.
But it's great to see. I'm super excited for it. We need more stuff like this. Video game adaptation films has just been shit for a long time. And it's good to see. We've had a couple of bangers. Like I really enjoyed Mortal Kombat. I thought that was a lot of fun. Wasn't like over the top, but it's kind of cool to see that we're getting a few decent.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. Mortal Kombat has nothing to do with the actual
Mortal
Kombat.
Yeah,
it's so far removed from what Mortal Kombat is.
Seen the Mortal Kombat anime though? That is fucking tits, bro. Holy! But like, there's like
animated movie.
Talking about like Resident Evil at the start, and they're fucking because Resident Evil was a game before it was a film.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that as a fucking like you can't even
I want to say
it's comparing apples and apples though, bro. Like
but like
that shit was shit. As a standalone, I fucking loved it, but as a video game adaptation, fucking what were they doing?
So there's, I think it's like 3 or 4 Resident Evil animated movies, and they are all spot on, perfect, amazing. Every live action has been fucking trash.
Hey, stop talking shit on the live actions, bro.
I'm just saying, man. It's not like they can't. They can do good.
It has
right? Mia Jovovich
can
fuck off. She's a made-up character. She's not in the series in any capacity other than the books that were also written by her fucking husband, who directed all those shitty movies. Fuck her. Fuck those movies.
Titties, bro.
I don't care. They're not good titties. I can see titties for free online anywhere if I wanted to. It's not hard. I can see much better titties. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is there is good live action stuff out there. It's just
very hard to
find. People don't want to
fucking
do it properly. Everyone wants to rush it and make it this shit thing. But we can see from all the animated things that even DC has an incredible animated catalog of movies that all hit the mark.
I would stand by if DC want to like make millions of dollars and like absolutely kill it out the ball, like just go fucking crazy. They need to recreate the Batman Under the Red Hood animated film, and they need to do it live action, frame by frame. If they do it with like a really good like crew, keep that shit like close to live action, they will have a massive grossing film. Like that film is, but it's for so many. Like there's so many good animated films out there that if they just turned it like live action, did it frame by frame, and like it would be incredible.
Because like I just want to point out as well, right? I know you're a massive Cowboy Bebop fan.
Yeah, that shit was fucked, bro. Don't even start.
That live action broke my fucking heart, but someone explained it really well. And there's a video on Corridor Digital, or it's Corridor, it's one of the two.
Link
Corridor
it.
Crew, maybe. I'm gonna link it. The video explains why it's shit. And they are 100% right through. And it's just that people keep not getting the timing of things right. They don't, like, instead of trying to do what the anime does, they just try to force it to just be a normal trope in film instead of like actually making it what it's supposed to be. They even go through what's it, Ghost in the Shell? The Scarlett Johansson one, and explain why it's like it doesn't make sense. Like the first scene you see Meiji Kusanagi on the rooftop in the original anime, she got the visor down because she's doing recon.
Yeah.
They don't do that shit in the fucking live action. She's just standing there trying to be cool. It's like, stop trying and just fucking do what the anime did. They've already done it for you. The guide is there. They understand what's up. Like,
Just
too many people make these movies and they're making it the exact same shit that everyone else has already made. Stop trying to do that and basically make it the exact same thing that you're trying to copy. Just, it's there.
With Cowboy Bebop, they could have done that really, really well. Like, there was parts of the film, like Cowboy Bebop, that I actually enjoyed. It wasn't all terrible. There was a couple of episodes in there that were actually okay. I was like, cool, this is fine. This is kind of enjoyable as a fan. But they ultimately, like, fucked it for everything. Like, if you watch that from start to finish, it was fucked. And it's super upsetting because, like you said, it's super easy for them to follow it. They actually had a really good cast. They could have had a lot of fun with it. You could see it in a few episodes where I was like, fuck, like, this could be good. But I don't know. I don't know. They fucked it, man.
Yeah.
It made me cry. I cried. Grown man crying. I have a Faye Valentine tattoo, bro.
I remember how excited we were for the show too, and it was coming.
Dude, I took the day off. I'm pretty sure. Sat here, like, I watched the premiere of the first 2 episodes. There was like you had to get an invite only for it, and I got to watch it. I'm a fucking diehard Cowboy Bebop fan. To be honest, though, I never had finished Cowboy Bebop before I got my tattoo. I didn't finish it because I knew what happened. So I was like, I don't want to.
Knowing what happens and seeing it happen are two different things.
Yeah, but in my head, massive spoilers if you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop. If you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop, actually, no, I can't be mean to you, okay? Because I know so many people that haven't seen that anime, and I just can't get over it. But the end is just Blade Runner. And if you haven't seen Blade Runner, then fuck you. You're a fucking piece of shit. There, I said I was mean. But yes, without spoiling Cowboy Bebop, the end of Cowboy Bebop is the end of Blade Runner, and it's just sad. And I knew that was going to happen, so I was like, I'm not going to watch the end of Cowboy Bebop. It doesn't have to be sad. But then I watched it as sad, so, you know. But yeah. Enough about Cowboy Bebop.
No, but it's the same with, like, Red Dead, right? I already knew. All right, massive spoilers for Red Dead 2.
Should do a Red Dead live action, bro. That would be hot.
It would be pretty sick. But at the same time, like, Red Dead 2, right? Again, massive spoilers. Skip ahead like 10, 20 seconds. Arthur dies at the end, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the very end of the game. But
no,
experiencing it happen is different from knowing it happened. Because, like, it's like in life, you already know eventually one day you're going to die.
Yeah.
But experiencing everything up to that point, and even that point, is what makes it special. Like, that's what makes life,
well,
right?
That's why
it's the same with, like, Red Dead. Knowing how it ends doesn't mean you're going to experience it. Like, I already knew it was going to happen when I played it.
Yeah.
Because I've also played the original, and I know Arthur's not in it. So, like, very clearly he's fucking dead.
Yeah.
But experiencing it, I fucking cried, and it was good. It was amazing. All the emotional beats still hit just as good, and it was great, and it was an enjoyable experience. But, like, I know how Last of Us is going to go because I know how the game is.
Yeah.
I know how The Witcher was going to go because I read all the books, and then they started changing random shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this show? This is trash.
You think you know how The Last of Us is going to go. You never know. They could change it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they did that shit with a bunch of shows and a bunch of things. I mean, Walking Dead, I knew how it went in the comics. I'd read some of the comics.
Cowboy Bebop, bro. His name on the tomb. Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Are you kidding me? I was angry. I've never been angry at, like, a TV show adaptation, but the names on the tombs, I was like, are you mentally okay? Just stupid, bro. Actually stupid shit. But yeah, we'll talk
it's
about.
It's not like
Last
people
of Us,
don't have the capacity. It's just they don't fucking do it right.
And it's like, mainly when you have such, like, great source material, like, why fuck it? Why fuck it? Why fuck it? I cannot believe that Batman Under the Red Hood has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude, it's amazing. It is
92% audience review, 100% Rotten Tomatoes, only 7 reviewers. Wow. But yeah, that if they do that as a live action, that would be one of the best. Yeah, like, I will stand by one of the best fucking films ever.
Yeah.
they can do it. We'll leave it at that. We've had our little rant about films. I'm gonna go either watch Resident Evil or play Blood Hunt. So, and eat dinner.
Oh, good man. I'm gonna go get me some dinner. So,
as we end it all here, I kind of did it with the whole: if you haven't seen Blade Runner, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. But yeah, go play some video games. Stop listening to this podcast.
Go fucking touch some grass, nerd.
All of the above. Yeah, next week we'll probably do it on Thursday, so back to the normal scheduled. And I'm keen. We'll talk a little bit about Last of Us. Probably by then we'll do a bit more of an actual review, just because hopefully by then you guys can have watched it if you haven't. Gives you a little bit more time. And then, we need to start getting into films as well. So if you guys want to reach out, Sean, plug your Insta and stuff.
The Titan Z across everything.
If there's anything that you guys want to watch. Oh, when I say not want to watch, if you guys enjoy that little film thing, I kind of want to get to a point where we could pick a film and then kind of do a little review and then have people watch it as well with us. I know we've talked about it, but now that we're getting into a bit more of a structure, we could start doing that to just end it. And then you and I could do a little mini film review. Or we just do the Flintstones, and just big cop out.
We could start with that, yeah.
Just big cop out, bro. Big cop out and just Flintstone it. Turn it into a Flintstones podcast.
Yeah, but if anyone has any requests for something that we could talk about or review, watch, or play or experience in any capacity, please hit me up on Instagram, the Titan Z, or Twitter, the Titan Z.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, peace.
Cool. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Catch you in a week.